Hi, in this video we will learn how to create an inventory sheet. So let's say we are making an inventory sheet which will have lots of inventory items, and then we will keep count of them, and we will calculate the items in different ways. So let's do that. First of all, we will be having the column for serial number. So we can see that A1 is serial number. So let's put some random values in it. So we have 1 and 2, and now let's fill it up to 20 by stretching the this blue square and stretching it just till 20. And now in front of the 1 or B2, we will be having our first inventory item listed. So let's make it Apple. So let's have Apple in our inventory. Then we will have MacBook Pro. Then we will have carpet. Then laptop. Then PC. Then mouse, keyboard, banana. Then we can have bed. So now we have about 9 items in our inventory, and now we will just have another column which will be for price per unit. So herein we will define the cost per unit. So let it be 50. MacBook Pro be 2200, 2500. Then we will have carpet, then something. So now we are having a lot of random values in our sheet. So first thing which we want to do is we want to take out or calculate the grand total of how many quantities are there. So let's define the quantities first. Let's make it 1, then 2, then 8, then 234, then 35, 12, then 75. So now we have a few random values, and now we will have another column of amount. So the formula of amount would be C multiplies by D. So just type equals to and then click on C2, and then then add multiply symbol, and then click on D2. So now it has multiplied these two items or cells or values inside cell. Now either we can just keep on doing like this, so, selecting two cells and having the mathematical operator in between, or we can just click on this down is this little blue square, and then we can stretch it. So if it's not visible enough, then we can just zoom in a bit. So this is how that blue square looks like. So basically we have to stretch it till we want. So now what we did was we stretched it till 10, and all the values have been calculated. So now the next step is to calculate the grand total. So let's see how it looks like. So for grand total, just type grand total, and to make it look good, we will just delete these values. So by right clicking and then clear contents. Now we will just have equal to symbol, and then we will have sum, and then bracket starts, and select the range of the cells which you want to sum up. So herein we selected cells from E2 and E2 to E10 and then press enter. So now we have the amount, the grand total, which is actually the sum of all the cells between E2 and E10. Now what we will do is we will add up or sum up all the quantities. So let's say the total quantity would be this. So this is how we calculate the sum of different cells or different cell range. Now what we'll do is we will use so we will have another column, but this is not directly related to this, so we can have this particular column as our table number 1. We can merge it and let's call it table number 1 and have center alignment, and we can increase the font size to make it differentiate and look better, and then we can also border it to make it look better again, and then we can just have it merged so that there is clear distinction between the inventory items and the grand total. Now in the second table what we will have is we will have multiple items listed. So let's say you have a department, and the department so before getting into the department, we are just distincting between two tables. So the second table will have the departments and the possessions they have, or the inventory items they possess, or we have issued different inventory items to them. So in this case we will have let's say department IT. Then we will have another department called HR. Then we will have another department called, let's say, administration, and we will have a few fields. So just let's decide what they will be. So serial number will be there, then we will be having item, then we will have location, then we will have component 1, component 2, which can be anything, so it depends on any organization we are talking about. So let's fill these numbers so that we actually know that okay, these are the maximum number of fields which we have to fill in this hypothetical case. Right, so now we have it, and now we will just type in the inventory items number. So let's say we have Apple in our department IT. We have issued Apple to our department, and now we will issue different things as well. We will have a carpet, a PC, or let's say we will have 3 PCs, and then we will have MacBook Pros which will be issued to them, or which are issued to them, and let's make it 3 or 2 or 4, and then we will have a mouse issued to them. So now we have multiple items which we have issued to them, and let's issue 5 MacBook Pros to department HR, and 3 mouse to department HR, and let's issue 7 PCs to uh, administration department, and we will have 1 keyboard assigned to them as well. So now what we'll do is we will add up these values. So let's say we have this department IT. So how many PCs do they have? We can do this manually, we can just count 1 2 3, but let's make our computer count it. So what we'll do is we will just use count function for it, and count function. So if you just type if COUNTIF, then bracket starts, then it asks us to define the range. So let's define the range, which in this case would be um, all the cells which are related to department IT. So which is to say we have it from this 1 to 10. So we have selected our range. Then criteria, and in this case the criteria would be to actually calculate the number of, or count the number of PCs department IT has. So let's put that the name of the column, not name of the column but the value of the column which you want to really calculate, and within within inverted commas, and then bracket close. So then press enter. So basically it will calculate the number of string, or it will count the number of strings which occur within the range. So it counted it as 3 because we have 3. Had it been more than 100 cases, it were really hard to count it manually. So this particular function becomes very handy and very helpful when you have lots of records or rows, and you really want to count the number of instances and count the number of records at very efficient and fast manner. So we are now done with PC. Now let's count the number of MacBook Pros we have in our IT department has. So now we will just type MacBook Pro, and in front of it we will just use this function by just using COUNTIF, and then bracket starts, define the range, and then bracket, and then comma, and then the criteria. In this case it would be MacBook Pro, and then press enter. So it says there are 4 MacBook Pros. So let's stick with MacBook Pro and PCs for a while now. So we will calculate it for different departments. So now we had it for department IT. Now we will be having it for department HR. Then we will be having it for department admin, and then we will sum up total, right? So okay, so now we will just do the same thing, COUNTIF, and define the range, then bracket starts, then MacBook Pro, and then press enter. And since it's not for that particular cell, we have just replaced it. Now again defining the range, then criteria, which in this case would be mouse. Let's have PC instead because we are talking about PC. Since there is no single PC in this particular range, so it says 0. Now talking about the administration part, since we don't have it, we know that it would be 0 for MacBook Pro. So we have 7 PCs in our administration department while talking about the MacBook Pro. We have none. So now let's sum up, or let's calculate the number of MacBook Pros and PCs we have in our all departments. So one way is to sum up is to actually just type sum and then select the cells from where you want to actually add. So then choose those cells and then close the bracket. So we have about 10 PCs, and talking about number of MacBooks, let's just click on them, the cells. So it says that we have 10 PCs and 9 MacBook Pros. There is another way of calculating or counting the number of PCs and MacBook Pros we have in our different departments by using the COUNTIF function. So what we'll do is we will just use COUNTIF, but in this case we will define the range, and in this case it would be from 1 to 8. So but the problem with this is since we have two cells or multiple cells merged together, it doesn't work really nicely. So one way is to actually just break it into three parts. So first range would be from 1 to 10 like this, then comma, then from 1 to 8, then comma, then from 1 to 8 again, and in this case again comma. Even this will not work in a very nice manner because the function says that the basic way in which we have to really add values is to follow the range, follow the syntax of this function, which is to say that we will be having COUNTIF, then the range, and then comma, and then criteria. So let's try with something different. Let's have it enclosed, the range enclosed within another bracket, and then press comma and then define the string. So let's say we want to calculate number of PCs. So just type PC and then inverted comma starts and then close and then press enter. So it says that there is some problem in calculating the number. Let's verify it. We were talking about J4 to J13, which is correct. So basically all the selected portion is what we are looking for. So the syntax seems to be okay. It's just that it doesn't work that way. So first of all, we have to ensure that we don't have merged cells, just to ensure that we don't face problem like this. And if we can just remove that problematic situation, it will be really easy to actually use COUNTIF function. Just type COUNTIF and then define the range. So the starting point is this, from 1 and till over here, and then comma, and then criteria would be to actually enter the string which we are looking for counting. So here we are concerned about number of PCs, so just we will type PC. So it says 10 PCs, and talking about MacBook Pros, COUNTIF, define the range, and then comma, and then we will have MacBook Pro. So it says there are 9 MacBook Pros, which actually matches up with the value which we calculated individually. So in case you really want to do it quickly, then you can just define the range and then define the criteria, and the results will be shown very fastly, in a very fast and efficient manner. So you don't really need to bifurcate it into three parts and then sum up. You can actually just select entire range and then enter the criteria you're looking for, and then just press enter. It's that simple. So this is how we actually use COUNTIF function to calculate the number of instances any string has which we are looking for. So in case we are looking for mouse, then we will just simply use COUNTIF and then define the range and then comma, then that particular string which we are looking for. In this case we were looking for mouse, so just press enter. It's that simple. So you have to ensure that you follow the syntax very clearly, because in case you don't, then it will be very hard and it won't work at all. It will not. So because since we are using COUNTIF function, then you have to follow the syntax of it, which says that range and then criteria. So you have to follow the function's syntax very religiously. I hope this will help you in making your Excel sheets a bit more interactive and precise when we're talking about lots of inventory items. Thank you for watching the tutorial.